Today I want to talk about the scariest thing that I've probably ever done in my life that turned out to be not so actually goddamn scary. And that's going door to door knocking. So basically, right now it's like what, springish, where I live, and part of that means that there's like lawn care stuff happening, right? I'm in the business of hustling and making money, so I want to make some money this season. Okay, I need to make what, 4,000 before summer because I have to. I intend to try and pay for my grad trip. I will pay for my grad trip. Okay, what's it called? Law of attraction. If you believe it, it'll come to you, right? Um, so basically, I've been finding out ways to make money, and one of the ways I was thinking about was doing like lawn care, like core aeration, right? But not just like lawn care, not just like mow a lawn. I was thinking specifically doing this thing called, I said it earlier, core aeration, right? Where basically you get this like huge machine, and what it does is it puts a bunch of holes in people's lawns, and those holes allow like oxygen, water, and nutrients to dig deeper into the soil. Basically, makes the soil healthier, grass grows better, yada yada yada. It's like a yearly dash bi-yearly process. You can get it done now, or you can also get it done in fall. You can get it done both times if you're freaking crazy. But I was thinking about doing that, right? And another thing I realized is that when you're young, I always harbored this belief that when you're young, like my age, right, 17, your job should be to build skills and build a mindset and ideology that'll prepare you for the future. Because for example, while it's arguably better to like obviously build like a kingdom, build a business, whatever, I'm not even 18 yet. There's so many things I can't do. Like it's so hard, right? So at least until I'm 18, I want to be like building, practicing skills. And I've been on self-improvement for a while now. I've gotten pretty good at like discipline, productivity, all these things you hear about, right? What I'm not good at though is things more on the business side. Like now me and my friends have discussed business, right? But we haven't like taken that much action per se when it comes to the business side of things. So I don't like, it's safe to say that I don't have too much marketing skills. I have a lot of skills like designing and planning, of course, but like executing not really, right? So a lot of this is that like me doing core aeration is obviously a lot of it is I want to make money, duh, right? But to be honest, a lot more of it is I want to accrue the skills necessary so that the future version of me has like an easier job making money. The future version of me is set, right? Like he has the skills he needs to make money. And one of the biggest ones being marketing persuasion per se, right? And so that's why I want to go door to door knocking, because I want to practice like speaking to other people in like a more business sense and seeing if I can actually like spin like a product, like an outcome, because my whole life I've never really had to do that. I've like never really had to talk to like complete strangers. These guys are adults, by the way, like people way older than me, on like equal footing, and ask something of them, right? Like that's something I've never done before. Sales is something I've never done before. And although I consider myself pretty naturally like charismatic, and I just like talking to people, right? Some people have told me before, including like my boss and some other like people that have told me that like I'm pretty like outgoing and I'm like pretty friendly, right? If you know me in real life, you probably say that as well. But the thing is, like, in terms of like practice, like business, in terms of applying that skill, I've never done it before. So that's why that was pretty important to me, right? I want to practice marketing. This is a little side tangent though, but one thing I noticed that I've been doing a lot recently is I've been doing this thing where I justify my failure before I even fail, right? And it's because it's circles back to the problem of me being embarrassed of failure, right? I'm scared of failing. I'm embarrassed of failing. I think it's embarrassing, and that's not true. And I'm able to cast away that thought rationally, right? But the thing is, like, what I will often do is I will tell myself, like, for example, even like this business, right? Like core aeration, what I'll be like, I'll say to myself, oh, it doesn't matter if I get no sales, because part of it is that I'm learning how to market, right? So it doesn't even matter if I get jack shit. I'm still learning how to like market and do door-to-door sales, right? I'll still learn skills. And while that's true, like that's definitely true, but I don't really think it helps me. And I think when I say it, like maybe other people say it, right? It comes differently, but when I say it, it comes from a place of like insecurity. Like it comes from a place of like, I'm scared of messing up. So in case I do mess up, in case I do fuck up, in case I do get zero sales, I'll tell myself and I'll tell my friends, oh, it's okay because I still got practice selling, right? And it's like I did get practice selling, but it's not okay that I got zero sales, right? And I think if I operate in this way, if I operate and I move forward constantly like thinking that I'm gonna fail, constantly like predicting that I'm gonna fail, basically like I prepare for the worst, right? Which is good, but I don't even hope for the best. I prepare. That's just that. It's just that. I just prepare. I just prepare for the worst, and I think about the worst. I don't even like hope for the best. And I think that's not a good ideology to have. So I'm gonna try and fix that moving forward, right? I'm gonna just try and like accept that there's some sort of that like failure is failure. You know what I mean? Like what I'm trying to do is like when I say that is I'm trying to discount failure. I'm trying to say like, oh, I didn't actually fail. I learned. I didn't actually fail. I learned. And it's like, while it's completely true for me at least, I think it's coming from a place of insecurity. Like I don't want to be seen failing, right? I don't want to tell my friends like, hey guys, I got 0 sales. I'd rather tell my friends, hey guys, I learned how to market, because it sounds way less embarrassing on me. But anyways, that's just a side tangent, right? So I got this like whole business. I planned the whole thing. And today was my day to go door-to-door knocking and actually like try and get some sales, right? Now, of course, there's other ways. There's Facebook Marketplace, there's Nextdoor. There's so many different things. I'm planning on using like some networks I have, right? And seeing what I can do there. But the main reason I chose to go door-to-door knocking, when, to be honest, I'm not even ready. Like, I don't have a Facebook Marketplace setup. I don't have a Nextdoor setup, which are both better than going door-to-door knocking, in my opinion. It's just because I'm sick of overthinking. I'm sick of just thinking, and overthinking myself out of doing things, right? And I know myself very well. That's one thing that self-improvement will do for you, and specifically reflecting will do for you, is you're able to figure out who you are really, really well. So I know my own psyche. Like, if I were to give myself any superpower, right? Like, not give myself. If I had, like, if you asked me, like, what is one of my greatest strengths? I don't know if I'd say the fact that I know myself really well, but like I know myself extremely well, right? Like I know that door-to-door knocking is scary to me. And I know that like I would like try and pussy out of it, and I'd try and overthink like reasons out of it. And I'd try and like rationalize to myself that it wasn't necessary, that I should prepare more, right? And in honor of trying to become less of like an overthinker, more of like an action taker, that's not to say not being careful, right? You should obviously be careful, but like in honor of trying to be like more of a balling out actioner, like Ivan Shaw 2.0, right? I just decided, okay, Saturday is the day we're going to go door-to-door knocking. We're going to stop thinking about it, stop overthinking. Like, dead, I should stop overthinking, right? And I'm really glad I did it, because I learned a lot of things today. I know we're 7 minutes into the video, and finally I'm getting to door-to-door knocking. I'm sorry about that. But basically, I did, like, what I predicted came to pass, right? I did actually, procrastinate going outside for, like, almost, like, an hour. I told myself, like, oh, I need to read my script more. I need to prepare my script. Which is complete bullshit, by the way, because the second I got out there, I kind of completely abandoned the script, and I just, like, had human conversations with the person I was speaking to, which, to be honest, is honestly probably worked even better. But I was like, practice my script, and, oh, my business card isn't good, let's, like, work on my business card, let's do this, You're just panicking, just thoughts, just racing everywhere, right? But then I finally was like, I was like, nope, no, just walk outside, because I know myself really well, right? So I was like, the second I walk outside, I'll have committed a little bit, and I'll just start. And so I started. The first person I talked to, she was like, no, I already have someone. But, like, bro, like, everyone I talked to, everyone in my neighborhood is, like, really nice, right? The second person I talked to, the very second person I talked to, like, considered it. He showed me around his backyard. He asked me for a quote. I was like, oh, $70 probably. And he was like, okay, I'll consider it. I gave him my little, like, card that I have on paper, because I don't have an actual card. And he was like, yeah, I'll consider it. And that gave me a lot of motivation, because I wasn't expecting to get, like, I'll consider it, like, that early, right? Now, that guy didn't go on, because when I went, like, I circled back the neighborhood, and he was like, oh, I think I'll get it, like, later down the season, but thanks, right? So he's not going to go for it, but the fact that he did say that he'd consider it was really good. And I knocked at a few more doors, and every single door I knocked on, I realized, like, that, like, all my overthinking was complete BS. Like, it just didn't do anything. Right? Like, I kind of knew, I was being irrational. I was just kind of being scared and being a pussy. But all that time I spent, like, practicing my script, like, it didn't fucking do anything. I didn't end up reading it from a script. I didn't end up doing that at all. I just knocked at the door. I said, hi, how are you? And I just let my thoughts, like, go on my thoughts. I said different things, like, almost every single time. Right? I would talk to the person. Like, if I like their lawn, if they come in and I like their fit, like, they're holding it, most of them were, like, old people. But, like, if I like their fit, or, like, anything about them, like their cool hair, maybe that a dog or a cat or something, I would just comment and be like, hey, hi there, how are you? And they say, like, oh, I'm good, how are you? I'd be like, I'm good. Oh, by the way, I saw your dog over there. Oh, he's so cute, bro. You know what I mean? And then, like, I just make conversation a little bit, and I would just be like, oh, yeah, so by the way, I'm Ivan. I'm just a local student. I live right over there. And I'm getting my lawn and a few other lawns aerated, a few of your neighbors, and I was wondering if you'd be interested, right? I just say that, and then they'd be like, yo, no, I'm not. And, okay, here's the thing, right? I realized I had a lot more competition. You know, I really, a funny story actually. I was outside, and I was knocking on like this whole like ring of like doors like of these houses, right? And a lot of them said like they already had a service, which is like fair, right? They already have someone taking out the lawn, but like every single one of them on there said it. And finally, like 6 houses into this thing, a guy knocked on the door. He was like, "Bro, everyone here has a service because like they just do everyone here's like lawn and we all pay them, like this big daddy like company, right?" And right as he says that, I turn around and there's this massive truck that's hauling like a massive, I don't know what's the thing, like they haul it behind trucks, and it can like hold shits. I have no clue what it's called, tow something, but basically that, right? And it just had like 10 core aerator machines. Each of those cost like thousands and thousands of dollars, by the way. It just had 10 of them, like back to back, and then 4 like, I don't know if this is racist. I'm not gonna say they're race, but yeah, I'm not gonna say they're race. But 4 dudes pop out, and then they hit up the like aerators, and they just like start like they like disassemble. They were like the fucking Avengers, bro. They just like dispersed from the shit and immediately just got to like hammering out the lawn. I was just like, wow, there are levels to this shit. But I still managed to, you know, on my like what 8th house, I managed to get a customer, like this guy called Larry, and he was like, oh, I have a service right now. They do it for 80. And I checked out his lawn. And I was like, I can do it for 70. Whatever, bro. I need experience. I need to practice. Right? I just want to get a sale first. I was like, I'll do it for 70. And he's like, oh, okay, okay. What time are you free? I'm like, oh yeah. Let's book an appointment for next week Saturday. I'll need these things done before. Oh, my, very thirsty. I'll need these things done before. Like, you know, you gotta like mow your lawn and shit. And he was like, okay, yeah, I'll see you next Saturday. I'll text you the more specific time. I was like, okay, cool. So then I got a quote. Like I have a job for $70 a week from now, which is pretty fucking cool actually. And I just have to get one more to like spin a profit, because I do have to rent the machine, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? But that's just to say that like all your overthinking really doesn't mean shit. Like it really doesn't mean shit, dude. And you'll like overthink your you'll overthink yourself so much, right? Like some people aren't overthinkers. Like some people like are like more retarded. And to be honest, the more retarded person is gonna beat you if you're an overthinker. They're going to beat you because the thing is like you are gonna overthink yourself out of everything. You're gonna expend so much brain energy on shit that doesn't matter, on reasons why you shouldn't do the things you should do, right? For example, like there's like a cute girl you see her at like fucking at a park bench or something. You want to talk to her, right? The overthinker's gonna sit there and be like, oh, but what if she's with her friends? What if she's dating someone? Oh, what angle should I come out to? What should I say? Oh, what if it's embarrassing? What if she's too young? What if she's too fucking old? What if she's a fucking dude? What if she's a femboy? You know what I mean? You're gonna think all these thoughts, and you're gonna persuade yourself out of it. Whereas the person who's literally retarded, like the person who literally has not a single thought going on in their brain, would just be like, and just walk towards and have a conversation, and they will be more successful than you, right? You and your like 97 average in school, and with like however smart you are, because you overthink things and you think so often, so you think you're smart. But like the dumbass who doesn't think a single thing will get more stuff done than you. They will have more progress in life than you will, because you will overthink yourself out of shit that you need to do, right? And that, I think, is the curse of overthinking. That is like the real tragedy of overthinking, is that like you're so smart, you know what I mean? Like overthinkers are smart. I'm pretty, you know, not to shit myself, but I'm pretty fucking smart, right? But I'm also pretty fucking dumb. Like I'm pretty fucking smart, but then sometimes I'm pretty fucking dumb. And I'm dumb not because I don't think, but because I think too much. Because like all these thoughts will just persuade me from doing the thing that I so obviously just need to do. It's like right in front of me, right? And that is bad. That is something I don't want to do. So I'm really glad I went door to door. And like, for example, this is also a side tangent, but like one of the people I knocked on door to door, they already had someone, right? So, but their husband was a professor at U of A who was like a ultra big daddy, like business. Oh, I kind of just leaked the university I'm going to. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. Thousands of people go to fucking U of A, so it's not like none of yo bitch asses can find me there. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, he's like a super PhD, big daddy, like business PhD, right? Professor, and then specializing in AI. And me and her had like and she is kind of as well, right? I think they work within like the same company, like probably his company or something. I don't know how it works, but she knew a lot, right? And me and her just had like a conversation about entrepreneurship and like life advice and like where to go moving forward and like this small business and shit. And it was so interesting, right? Like I've never had. I don't think you understand that as a kid, you seldom speak to adults as an equal, right? Because adults are always like, oh, you're just a kid, you know, I'm more responsible than you, I'm more this. And to be honest, it's true 99% of the time. They are more responsible than you. You are kind of a piece of shit. But like speaking to an adult like an equal, them giving you advice, you listening, you asking questions, them asking questions, it's nice. It's really nice. It's a really good and fulfilling conversation. I'd say that like, even if I got no sales today, even if I got no sales at all, and this might be like me justifying myself again, it was worth it to talk to that lady because I learned a lot of things from her. She did say stuff that changed my perspective, particularly regarding like usage of AI. She was like talking a lot, and I got a lot of B-roll as well, right? I got a lot of B-roll actually for every single house. I whatchamacallit, I hit up like the microphone, so I like recorded every single conversation, which I don't know, maybe people thought was weird because I did have the mic like attached to my thing, but like the camera isn't recording anything, so you can literally only hear audio. So I think it'll be fine, whatever. It's not like they're gonna find me anyways. But basically, yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I just want to talk about like what happened today, the events, and that like for example, like I spent like what hours? How many hours? I spent a lot of hours working on like a flyer that I didn't even print out and use. I'm gonna print out and use it probably tomorrow, but like today I didn't even print out and use it. I revamped my business card like 4 times when I eventually just settled on just writing my fucking name, a short description, my telephone, and an email on a piece of paper and cutting it out. And to be honest, I think that added to the charm. Like I told people, I was like, yeah, I'm just a broke student, bro, so I don't have enough money to buy like professional cards. I'm so sorry. You're just gonna have to take this piece of paper if that's okay. And they like laughed with me. They were like, oh yeah, I totally get it, bro. I have a son who's your age. A lady literally said like, I have a son who's your age. I understand what you're going through. Yeah, like it's really cool to see you like doing this stuff though. And I was like, yeah, it's just empathy points, right? And all the dudes I really liked, every single dude, I could tell they were like every single dude that was in like their 30s or 40s, and I can tell they were like, they went to the gym. Maybe they're not on self-improvement, but they're at least like a little bit on that like, you know, grind mindset. They like, you can just kind of tell, right? They all like went up to me and they're like, because a lot of them had like services already or like other dudes hiring like other stuff. They were like, oh, I'm so sorry, I already have another service, but it's like really awesome to see you out here, man. Like keep hustling. And like you'll get some eventually. Like I've been down the same stuff as you, and it's like really cool to see that. Really. And like I feel so much more in tune with my like community now, right? Like you could volunteer and help out your community. To be honest, like that might even be better. But or you could go door to door knocking and you could like really know your community, right? Like I think that's really awesome. It was a really, really good experience, and I have to do this more, right? So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go to different neighborhoods because I have to get more orders for next Saturday. But like, if you made it this far in the video, you probably already, you know, if you made it this far in the video, what's up, bro? How you doing? Thank you for watching this far. You know, leave a comment, leave a like, whatever. Hit a sub. You know, I'm not gonna say I put a lot of effort into these. It's just like Stardew Valley, and I do a little voiceover, but I put a lot of effort into these. You know, I try to make them as good as possible. So, you know, feel free to support me. That would be very nice. Yeah, my voice is kind of getting parched right now. One thing that, ever since I started doing YouTube, I started having more respect for my teachers because I can't even, look at me, I can't even speak for 20 minutes straight without my throat getting like super dry. These teachers be out here, my teachers be out here like basically shouting across the whole class. They have to shout over like all the dudes and girls who just can't stop fucking yapping in class non-stop for every single day of their fucking life for like 6 hours a day, and their throats don't get tired. It gives me a lot of respect for them, dude. Like a lot of respect. Anyways, that's basically everything I want to say. You know, my Stardew Valley footage is closing anyway, so yeah, if you enjoyed, remember, hit all the bells and whistles, and tune in for tomorrow's little, I don't know what these are, episode, Let's Play, Saga, whatever. Yeah, tune in for tomorrow. See you.